Did you call bank? I called game.
What's up, Pack Nation? It's Pack Gaming here. I was looking through NBA 2K18 and some of the historic teams, and I realized that there's some players that were added in NBA 2K18 and they were never announced. They just kind of were placed in the game. 2K will randomly do this because they'll get contracts for players that they didn't have before, so they will just add a player in. So in this video I want to talk about all the players that 2K never announced that were put into the game, but were put into the game. So these are the 10 players that you probably didn't know were added in NBA 2K18. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Some of these players were added only a month after the game released. Some were added weeks ago. So it's all around. Let's just talk about him. The first player is Sidney Green, who plays for the 1992 and 1993 Charlotte Hornets. He's a 70 overall, and Sidney Green had a season with the Bulls where he averaged 13 points per game and 8 rebounds a game. He ended up with an 8 point per game and 6 rebound per game career, and he was the 9th best player on these Hornets. The next player is JEFFRIES, a 73 overall in NBA 2K18. JEFFRIES averaged 5 points per game and 4 rebounds per game in his career. He was always pretty mediocre, but he played 11 seasons in the NBA and was the 9th best player on these Knicks. Was a pretty good all-around defender and a decent rebounder as well. At number 8, the next player on this list is Damon Jones. He is a 73 overall on the Cleveland Cavaliers from 2006 and 2007. Damon Jones was the 7th best player on this team, and even though he wasn't very good, he had a 12 point per game season with the Miami Heat. He was a great 3-point shooter on the team and arguably the best 3-point shooter on the team. That actually helps a lot when he comes off the bench. At number 7, the next player is Kalina, and I'm already gonna butcher his last name, AZUBUIKE, sure. He is a 73 overall in NBA 2K18 for the 2006 and 2007 We Believe Warriors. This is actually my favorite team to use in NBA 2K18, and I actually do use him as well. He's a rookie on the team and he was born in London. He had a good season with the Warriors. He had a 15 point per game season with them, and then he got a knee injury. He only played 5 seasons in the NBA and was the 8th best player on the team. He ended up with a 10 point per game career. At number 6, it is Stacey King for the 1992 and 1993 Chicago Bulls. I believe he was just added a couple weeks ago. He is a 3-time NBA champion. Stacey King wasn't the best player, having a mediocre career, but he did make the all-rookie team, playing with Jordan for many years. He had a decent season with the Timberwolves, averaging 12 points per game and 6 rebounds, plus he was a good defender. King was the 5th best player on this team. At number 5, it is Daquan Cook, a 74 overall, playing for OKC, the team that made it to the NBA Finals. Daquan is tied for being the 6th best player on this team, and Cook was a sharp shooting guard that wasn't great on defense, but he's definitely some offense off the bench. But he had a mediocre career in the end, only averaging 6 points per game and only 2 rebounds. Going back to the Cavaliers, at number 4, it is Donyell Marshall as a 74 overall on the Cavs. Marshall was the 6th best player on these Cavs, and for most of his career he was a great scorer. He was great for the Warriors and played 13 seasons in the NBA. Even though he only averaged 12 points per game and 7 rebounds, for most of his career he was getting like 14 points per game and 9 rebounds. It was crazy. The 3rd player on this list is Corliss Williamson as a 74 overall for the 2003 and 2004 championship winning Pistons. He is the 4th best player on this team unless they ever add Sheed. But just like Donyell Marshall, Williamson was a very good player for most of his career, except for this season with the Pistons. He averaged 11 points per game and 4 rebounds for his career, and his nickname was Big Nasty. He had a season where he averaged 18 points per game for the Kings, and he was a great defender for most of his career. And he just can't shoot threes. That's like his only thing. At number 2, it is Isaac Austin, a 76 overall for the Miami Heat from 1996 to 1997. He's the 6th best player on this team, and this player, I didn't know he existed, I'm not gonna lie to you. A great paint defender and a decent rebounder, he averaged 8 points per game and 5 rebounds for his whole career. He also played for a different team almost every single season. And at number 1, again going back to my favorite team to use in 2K, Al Harrington, an 81 overall for the We Believe Warriors. He's a really fun player to use in 2K. Al played 15 seasons in the NBA, averaging 14 points per game and 6 rebounds. But for most of his career, he was getting like 17 points per game and 6 rebounds. He was ahead of his time. Al was a big man with a great 3-point shot. Wasn't the best defender, but he got buckets. He is tied for the 2nd best player on this team, and rightfully so. And that's it for this video, guys. Did I miss anyone? Leave it in the comments below. If you like my channel, please give my channel a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.
Did you call back?